Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Bowls Victoria's Champion of State Pennant. This is the midweek variety round 2 action. We've seen one match already this morning where Bundura RSL had a victory over Tatura Hilltop. And now we've got a cracker for you. This is Eaglehawk representing Bendigo, Campaspe, Goldfields. They're up against Karingle, who are, of course, representing Mornington Peninsula. We see our 2 leaders just bowling. Trial ends are completed. So that was the bowl of Mark Foster. He's using a Taylor GTR, an aqua sort of colour, size 2. And on the mat now is Rowe. Ray is also using a Taylor bowl, an SR, blue size 4. So my name's Tony Sherwill. We'll bring you coverage of this round 2 match right through to its conclusion. We'll keep you updated with all the other scores. And as a very, very special guest in commentary today, it's my pleasure to introduce Pat Schram. Pat Schram is Deputy President of Bowls Victoria, a superstar bowler in her own right, and involved just down the road at Eaglehawk Bowls Club. So welcome, Pat.
Thanks, Tony. A bit of stretch of the imagination within that welcome, but as a bowler, I love bowling.
You go very well on the green, but you are nursing a knee back. You've got a knee replacement that's getting you back to full health.
Oh, absolutely. I love modern medicine.
Yep.
Absolutely brilliant. I love the drugs that go with it to help it happen too. But yeah, certainly on the way. Looking forward to getting back to bowls. Great bowl there from Jenny O'Shea, just a toucher. Moving along a little bit.
So you'll know a lot of these bowlers from the Bendigo, Campaspe, Goldfields region, given it is your region.
I can tell you that Eaglehawk beat us in the final to get to play here. Echuca did win our grand final up here, and then we got to play Eaglehawk, but they were too good for us on the day. So here they are, and we're not. Well,
now's your chance to get some revenge. While you've got the microphone and they don't, you can really rip into them. Of course, we wouldn't do that.
No, they're my mates, actually. I've shared a room with Kay Rowe at Region Sides multiple times, and had a bit to do with a few of them. So
yeah, good.
No, bowlers are bowlers.
They certainly are. So we'll run through the lineups for Eaglehawk. It is Ray Rowe leading. Jenny O'Shea is second. Stephen Piercy is third. And Kay Rowe will skip this rink. For the Karingle lineup, Mark Foster will lead off. For Alan Longmuir, David Paxman, and skipper is Phil Crowder. You can see Phil just showing where Jack High is. So we see the dark blue bowl of Alan Longmuir come down. Touch heavy, but
good line though.
Good line, that's right. And of course these players in this particular section have just come off the grass greens, so it may take an end or two to just really grab line and length. But
look, I don't think it's going to be a huge difficulty for them. It's not as if the grass greens are... it's not February or March. They're not running at 17 or 18 out there, so...
It's pretty similar speeds, I think, from what everyone tells us. Yeah.
At the moment, I'd say very similar. So,
yep.
Yeah.
You've got some fans on comments already.
Oh.
Kaz Rothwell says, nice to hear your voice, Pat.
Oh, hi, Kaz.
And then she added in the token, yours too, Tony, but she really just means Pat.
We're a team, Tony.
This is true, a good team too, and we've got some good bowls to watch, and it's nice to have comments coming through, so we appreciate it, Kaz. And anyone else, have you got any observations, any questions, by all means put them in. David Paxman with the Henselite XG black bowl just heading a little through, but terrific line. Look to adjust with his next.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stephen Piercy on the mat now using a Greenmaster Premier.
Good
Blue
on
bowl.
you for getting which bowls they are. Good on you. That's
always
brilliant.
Always a question from our audience. They like to know what people are using, so certainly helps us to be able to work out who's got shot and how many shots and so on.
Also a bit to do with the line and what they're doing.
Yep,
so,
true.
Yeah.
We certainly noticed some narrower bowls in various streams across the journey.
Absolutely. And, of course, the big wigs pull out the right bowl for the right event, don't they?
They do, yeah. Quite often those in the elite company will have 2 or 3 sets of bowls, and depending on the surface and the conditions,
Yeah.
they'll switch and change.
Humble little bowlers like you and I, Tony.
We can only afford 1 set.
Yeah,
anyway,
that's
Pax.
right. Yeah. But anyway, most bowls there have got a really good line, so it's a good head to start with, as you say. Moving from the grass to the carpets, always a little bit different.
Yep. So this is Section A, the round 2 match. We're covering Karingle against Eaglehawk. Also matches taking place is Lakes Entrance for Gippsland. They're up against Karingle for Murray Mallee. And Gisborne and District, representing Ballarat Highlands, they're up against Traralgon, which is from the Strzelecki region. So we see the pink bowl of K Rowe come in.
Sneaking through. Nice clear passage.
Could be good enough for shot, might be second shot. And on the mat now is Phil Crowder, must be a Tigers supporter when you look at the Henselite XG Splice black and yellow bowls.
There's a few of them around. They've
There
come
are.
out of the woodwork in the last couple of years.
Yep, they've had a good journey, the Tigers. A little contact on a couple of bowls. Still got it, says Stephen Piercy. Players standing nice and wide of the camera down the head end too, so we do appreciate that. The Karingle teams quite often stream down their way, so they said, yep, no problem, we're all used to it.
Oh, that's exciting, isn't it?
Yep. It's a pretty good
can't
track from K too.
Yeah, sneak through Kay, and she has.
Yep. That is adding 1 to the count, that is for sure.
And they tell me Phil is bowls coordinator at
Karingle Bowling Club, he is.
Yeah.
Comes from a very successful real estate family down that way. And just loves his bowls, so has made the change to be with Karingle full time.
And Karingle's an undercover facility as well.
Yeah, they do. They've got a lovely grass green and a good undercover green. So
Yeah, it's a very good bowl.
I don't know if it's going to have done enough for shot.
No,
It may well
bit
have.
close. Oh,
it
it
has.
did.
So there you
Yeah.
go. Thank you very much, Stephen. Very clear with his direction back to the commentary desk as well.
I'm sure he'll be precise.
Yes, he will.
Looks like we're going for something a bit longer.
Yeah.
than that, nearly all the way back.
So there you go. 1 shot to Karingle. In the other section, Pat, which Section B, not meaning it's any way inferior to Section A, but just to differentiate between the two, we have Wangaratta representing Ovens and Murray. They're up against Tatura Hilltop, who have won through the Goulburn Murray's pennant competitions. City of Geelong representing Geelong. They're going to have a battle against Portland from West Coast, who'll be looking to atone for a narrow loss in their last match. And Bundoora RSL, who we saw have a good victory on our stream. They're representing Metropolitan Melbourne. They are down as the home team against Horsham City Wimmera, who were the team that got up, collecting 5 shots in the last 2 ends to have a narrow victory. So they'll be on a high. That promises to be a good match as well.
It's certainly interesting how close most of the matches were in the first round. You know, I was walking along and there's 1 shot, 2 shots, 3 shots.
It's great to see.
Absolutely fantastic.
We had some good finishes in the weekend version of Champion of State Pennant, including the final, which was decided by a shot or 2. So
Yeah, didn't have to play his last bowl.
yeah, he played an absolute bomb not long before that.
Oh, he did.
yeah.
What, 3 down to 4 up or something on the 2nd or 3rd last end.
Yep. It was Brad Holland we're referring to from South Bendigo.
Oh, South Bendigo had made the final last year, so
Yeah.
good on them to go one further. And of course, Ocean Grove, I think they won. Oh, did they win midweek?
They won weekend in 2012-13.
Yeah.
They were here in midweek the week before, the year before, I should say. So a very successful club, and were undefeated until the final and went down by the narrowest of margins. So.
Yeah, no, it was a great match. Absolutely excellent bowls.
Yep,
Played in a beautiful spirit.
that is true.
I think that's one of the highlights of our bowls at this Victorian level, both in region sides and in state pennant.
Yeah, it's been good across the board. All clubs, all teams, all regions have all been playing the game as it should be played.
Yeah. We're here because we love it.
Exactly. Alan will look to correct with that one, so 2 or 3 yards short.
Yeah, just a slightly looser head than the first one.
Yep. What can Jenny O'Shea do here?
Okay. Jenny's pretty, Kay is pretty demonstrative with her hands. She just, you can always see what she's wanting the bowl to do.
Yep.
Sadly, they don't listen.
The bowls or the players?
No, the bowls. The players listen to Kay.
So how long until you're back on the bowling green, Pat?
Well, could be fairly soon, but I think I'll just have a little break.
The operation was 2 weeks ago?
2.5
2.5?
weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah, 2.5 weeks ago.
Yep.
Don't have to see the surgeon until July because it's all going so well. This is better from Jenny. Yep. Hitting Ray's bowl up, just moving it up.
So you were in the Bendigo Campaspe Goldfields region side, but unfortunately the knee issue flared up right at that time, so
It did.
had
But,
to pull yourself back to being the emergency.
but I did enjoy the barracking.
Yes,
Very loud barracking.
nothing wrong with that.
So, and of course they did very well. Mind you, the youth of the team from Northern Gateway showed up when it came to the final.
Yeah.
When 2 days of bowls and you play a lot of bowls, then certainly youth helps.
Yeah, that is true. They had a very strong policy on selecting youth, Northern Gateway, and managed to come away with the women's and the men's titles in the 1 year. So
Yeah, very exciting.
just sneaks around there, that bowl from Stephen Piercy.
It's in a good spot though.
It is.
Certainly nice and clear, the uniforms of these two teams.
Yep,
Very distinctive.
can't mistake these, red and blue.
No.
If only they all had red and blue bowls, it'd be really easy for us
Yeah.
commentators.
But
We'll get the hang of it.
yeah. Not likely to happen, Tony, when we have bowlers playing with so many different types of bowls.
This is true. It's done at certain competitions. I know the World Indoors over at Potters, there's always red or blue bowls.
It's great to watch too, Potters.
It is.
In the time I was not able to do much because of my knee, I watched a lot of bowls. Thank heavens for live streaming.
Exactly right. They're bringing it in at the Commonwealth Games too, which will be a big change there. They started to work towards different nations using their own coloured bowls, so it was always a goldie coloured bowl for Australia, and New Zealand will use a black and so on.
Yep.
But I think they've made the move for this Commonwealth Games coming up to only using red or blue bowls. So
All right.
a pool of bowls that players will have to select their make and model. Well, at that level, typically their manufacturers will supply them
Yes.
with a set of each.
I'm sure they'll be talking nicely to them.
Yep.
Once again, the Commonwealth Games is good for our sport.
It is. Over in Birmingham later this year in August, so must be 2 or 3 months away.
It'll sneak around very quickly. And of course our Aussies have been over there competing, checking things out.
Yep. A little test event against some other nations and their opportunity to go and spend, I think, 7 or 8 days on the greens at Leamington Spa, trying to get used to the conditions.
They look very green.
Yeah, it's very foreign conditions for what we're used to here. So any opportunity the players can get over there and trial different sets of bowls, different techniques, different style of play.
I do think, though, there's been a number of clubs in Australia that have been providing them with those similar conditions for them to practice on.
There has. And when our very own Josh Thornton even used his local tennis courts that they hadn't. He'd somehow struck a deal with the greenskeeper up there to not mow them as short as what they normally would. So he'd been practicing on a tennis court just to try and get a feel for the 9 seconds expected green speed.
Mind you, at our Echuca greenskeeper also does the local lawn courts here, and if you went and had a roll down there, they'd be pretty good
I was
too.
going to say that knowing the greens at Echuca, I'm pretty sure he'd prepare a good tennis court too. So.
Oh yes, fairly impressive.
They are brilliant greens there at Echuca. If you ever get the opportunity to join in one of their tournaments, it would be time well spent.
That's just snuck through that tiger bowl.
Yep, so Stephen Piercy saying still holding one.
One, yeah. Kay's an excellent concentrator. She stays right on task all of the time. And looks pretty handy here too.
Yeah, very nice bowl.
Yeah, well done.
It was one, that makes it two. Thank you very much. Clearly signalled again by Stephen Piercy. 2 to Eaglehawk. They now lead 2-1.
And
two ends gone. Mornington Peninsula, Karingle picked up 1 in the first end for Curtin v Robertson. Just have the scoreboard obscured on the third rink, but I shall update that when I get the opportunity. Eaglehawk, Pat, won the grand final, I think, for the first time in 56 years.
yes, something quite incredible. It was very exciting for them. They and look, it's a fabulous club. They've worked hard with what they've got there. I know they have a lot of things to do with the community as well as just bowls. So a fabulous result for them.
They certainly have some very good players as we read through the other matchups. We have for Karingle, Brian Hemley, Lyle Taberner, Graham Every and Neville Bradley. They're up against Eaglehawks, John Carter, Beverly Hoare, Phil Godkin and Irene Godkin.
And of course, Phil Godkin has been a Victorian
state
representative
for many times, state skipper in fact.
Yeah, that's
and,
right.
Now represents in the bowlers' arm team as well.
Yes, I played third against Phil in the our region final, and I had to work hard, I know.
Yeah, certainly would against him.
As soon as I was drawn, I'm thinking, oh, heaven's sakes. But anyway, we had a good match, and our rink actually got up. It was only by a couple.
Good bowls from the leads here.
Yeah, nice handy start.
Just a touch short with the second. The first one very good. So Phil Godkin, as we say, was a state skipper and has a back injury that now means he can only play with the bowler's arm, but still playing third in a champion of state pennant midweek competition means he is putting them down pretty well.
Absolutely, and he reads the head so well and is involved in the whole match. And of course, Irene is his wife. Irene has also represented BCG in region sides.
Okay.
No, not this year, but last year, I think. And she's just a delightful person, lovely to play with and lovely to play against.
So the third rink is for Karingle, Steve Garcia, Colin Hartigan, Phil Ashman and John Curtin. They're up against the Eaglehawk combination of Wayne Wilkins, Pam Hughes, Lee Robertson and Janet Robertson. So interestingly enough, for Eaglehawk, we've got Lee and Janet Robertson in one rink, and we've got Irene and Phil Godkin in another. So
and Kay and Ray.
And Kay and Ray. So there you go.
But you better you better say Jan Robertson. That's what she prefers.
So there you go. Coming out of Bowlslink, everything's to the letter perfect.
Absolutely.
But, we'll go with Jan from now on.
Yeah, that's right. And she's a great worker for their club too. So, A good bowl, just didn't get the results that Karingle was hoping for. But
The
still,
opposition bowl.
it's certainly sitting there, though, for his next bowl, because he certainly had the right weight and close to the line. Oh, Jenny O'Shea's going to change it. It's okay, Jenny, you're part of a team.
It does happen. We saw an incredible amount of bad luck for both Olivia and David Cartwright in the previous match. Not that it was contributed by anyone other than just Lady Luck.
Yeah, that's right.
They would drag a jack back, but unfortunately would go to an opposition bowl, or they'd
Yeah.
just find a way. David Cartwright joked with us a few times as he walked past the commentary desk whether or not he's seen a black cat that's run straight past him a few times.
Absolutely. And it just does happen. You know it happens.
Just one of those days.
And they were certainly bowling well enough
Yep.
if the luck had gone their way.
They were. Bundoora were very good.
Yes, absolutely.
Call of no guts, no glory at the end when they were down 7 with opposition skipper still a bowl to come, and David Cartwright drove the jack into the ditch to save it and gain 1.
Yeah. No,
This is a good bowl here.
absolutely. Steve Piercy.
Well played. 2 down to 1 up. This is David Paxman.
Still got his own teammates bowl there to work with, David. So let's... Oh, just going to pull up short.
Not missing by much, but
No.
on the same token, not quite there. Bill and Lorna Armstrong watching from Benalla.
Your hometown,
It's
Tone.
my hometown. Some good folk there in Benalla.
Certainly are.
Nice part of the world.
Absolutely. And they'll be having lovely sunny days and cold nights just like
It's
us.
always sunny in Benalla. I was actually born in Echuca, so
Oh, well, I do
just over
know.
the river.
Yeah.
That's why it's always sunny in Echuca as well.
Yeah, the eternal optimist. Absolutely eternal optimist.
All right, what can David Paxman do?
Well, he doesn't need to make a huge correction.
No, it looks to be a little wider out of the hands, so that's
And a bit more pace.
both of those are a good result.
Skip is, that is a brilliant
What a
bowl.
cracker.
Absolutely beautiful
Absolute
bowl.
cracker. We saw Stephen Piercy play a great bowl. David Paxman's gone just that little touch better.
Yes. Says, I can do this.
Very well played. Got the line and weight spot on.
It's a good head.
Yeah, we
What have we got? 6 or 8, 2, 4, 7 bowls within a mat?
can't argue with that. They
No.
struggled to find it a little bit on their first end going this way, but they've certainly dialed it in now.
Kay and Steve will have a bit of a discussion. Make the decision. Oh, Tony, I do have to comment. I was extremely happy yesterday afternoon at one stage when I heard you correct our gorgeous Jimmy. When he said that word that you and I don't like, you changed it to the best back.
I was thinking of you exactly as I said it. I thought Pat will be proud. So we don't say the other word. We
No,
say the
we
best
don't.
back,
Best back.
given the other word is actually not a word.
No, correct. And at this point in time, Karingle is holding the best back on this rink. Have we told Jimmy about this, or we're just keeping it a secret?
We tried to, but old habits die hard.
Yes. I think
Kay's
Kay's
gonna
just a
find a bit
little
of
bit,
traffic.
just a little wide. Her
Yep.
pace was not too bad.
She'll be looking to roll through Stephen Piercy's and just try and flop that over
Yes.
to wrestle back shot.
Well, she's got Steve's other bowl just at the back, 11 o'clock. We've got a local bowler here who's a Tiger supporter with Tiger bowlers Bowls, who calls hers Dusty. I wonder what Phil calls his.
Yeah, she might not be calling him Dusty for long as he moves off to Sydney to play AFL, if all the rumours are correct.
Oh, you don't believe all the rumours, do you?
I think there might be a bit of truth in that one. There's enough.
Ooh.
Where there's smoke, there's fire, as they say.
Oh, there's still dollars involved.
Plenty of them up in Sydney, that's for sure. There'll be some marketing dollars on offer from the AFL. What can Kay do here? Looks to be a little tight.
Yeah, and a bit under.
Yep.
Just a bit under.
So no change. The shot here for Phil Crowder is probably the same, but just with a touch more weight.
Absolutely. He ended up just a little bit wide. And it's a fairly safe shot, what he's playing for.
Yeah, it's hard to see his own bowl or the bowl of David Paxman rocking,
Yeah.
given it's already on the flat.
Yeah, absolutely. And the second shot is on its running edge.
Not a bad track. It's
If it
right.
sits that bowl, oh,
Well, it's done enough, but
yeah.
didn't stay. So I don't think it's going to change the score. I think we'll find this is 1 to Karingle. They pulled that one out.
I think Steve's going for a measure. Oh, no, it's David that's getting down to do the measure. That bowl just moved a foot or so.
Eaglehawk pick up 3. There we go. It is 1. Thank you very
1.
much, Stephen Piercy. Confirmed.
So right now, Tony, the scoreboards are quite clear. There's no one up those ends, so you...
There we go. So Mornington Karingle lead 5-0, which will just adjust that scoreboard after 2 ends. So 2 and a 3.
I did love the live scoring during Championship week. I, of course, was watching every streamed game, being out of action, and I was in ISO, not wanting to catch COVID. And the live scoring was fabulous.
Yeah, we'll be trying to work out a way that we can get that into all of our events.
Yes.
Maybe a role for the team manager. You can do it. I know at state champs, I ended up sitting there doing a couple. We couldn't find any volunteers, so I did 2 or 3 games at once.
Yeah.
We had little Oscar Jones, who's doing some work experience for us. He was able to do 4 or 5 games at once. So,
Yes.
I think in these sort of competitions, a team manager could potentially score all 3.
Yes. Yeah. Well, we need to look at all different options and ways of doing it.
We do, and I think it won't be that far away, Pat, before the players are actually scoring their own rink on the phone, and we can do away with knocking trees down for the 220-odd thousand scorecards that we go through every year in Victoria. That's just Bowls Victoria that goes through those. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
And of course,
And,
that will update ladders and everything else.
Automatically. There's a lovely bowl there from Rowe.
Carolyn Riley says, good to hear you doing well, Pat. You'll be back on the dance floor soon. So there we go. Look forward to that.
Caroline watched me dance on a walking stick not that long ago. So I couldn't miss out and I couldn't walk, so that's what I did.
Yep, fair enough.
The welcome event for the Women's Country Carnival was a fairly lively event.
Good fun.
And Caroline came over and played with some people that she hadn't played with before and has since played in some tournaments with them. So how good is that?
And that's what it's all about, isn't it? The opportunity to meet new people.
Yeah.
With new opportunities.
Absolutely. And have a good time as well.
Yep. So just 1 to Eaglehawk at this stage. Early days. Leads have bowled. We had a good function here on Saturday night, Pat, for the Champion of State Pennant weekend attendees. We had a couple of hundred in the function room here at Moama, and a little live act and a bit of dancing later on, well supported by the Ocean Grove crew and the Webb Connor crew and the Melbourne crew, and quite a few of them. So
absolutely excellent. I believe there was a bit of fundraising for Pancare too.
There was, yeah. Pancare got up and gave a speech on the difficulties they're facing trying to promote and find cures and for pancreas and all upper GI cancers, as they call them.
Yep.
Which is esophageal cancer and pancreatic cancer and so on. There's 5 key cancers in the upper GI cancers. And the stats were mind-blowing that fortunately these days some 90% of breast cancer sufferers survive. It's about 70% for bowel cancer, but alarmingly the figure is about 11% for pancreatic cancer. So
no, it's quite scary, isn't it?
it is incredibly scary, and we're very honoured to be partnering with Pancare in a way that we can help them raise some money and awareness to be able to get rid of this insidious disease.
Absolutely, and every dollar we raise is going to a great cause. So I'm not sure. Oh yes, the Rowe bowl is still holding shot. Little touch, Jenny, didn't work. At least it's warming up under here, Tony.
Yeah, true. It's quite nice now.
Absolutely. I was quite happy to be out in the sunshine before.
It was beautiful in the sun this morning. Be very nice out there now too.
Absolutely.
Just shy of 20 degrees here today, not a cloud in the sky, hardly a breath of wind.
Perfect for bowls. And here's a really nice bowl. Just all flopping down. Yes.
Yeah, maybe not quite shot.
No.
Eaglehawk still holding one, but a great effort nonetheless. Wayne Hogan saying in the comments that Mark Foster is a novice bowler, so only a couple of years of bowls under his belt and already playing at this level. So well done.
How brilliant is
Mark
that?
Foster, yep.
Great that he's got the opportunity to come play at this level
Absolutely.
and to represent a club. I don't think you're going to be quite there, Steve.
No, nice track in, but just a touch shy. There we go.
Nice.
So ideally you're coming in off your own bowl, David Paxman, which is the black bowl sitting just to the right of Jack as we look at the head end shot. Come in just underneath that.
I think he's just a little bit narrow.
Yep.
Had a good pace too.
He did.
Okay, he's got the hand on the hip thinking.
Yes, he's been quite deliberate about this. Of course, we are 15 end matches with a 2.5 hour time limit. We didn't have any match exceed the time limit in the weekend pennant until the last round, where we had 2 rinks. And it was the Ocean Grove Melbourne match, which was quite a, the winner of that was going through to the final. So there was a little bit of extra time perhaps taken over some heads. And then, of course, in our first match today, we had the streamed rink that didn't quite get through all 15. They got through 14 ends, so everyone else got through them all.
Shows good planning, I'd be saying.
It does.
Do we give all the compliments to Jimmy, or do we say...
We do, all to Jimmy.
All to Jimmy?
Part of his contract.
Yes.
Needs to be fluffed up at any opportunity. Needs an oatmeal chai latte delivered first thing in the morning.
Right.
No, he's a high-priced customer, Jimmy.
Well, he doesn't drink ordinary beer, does he, either?
No,
He
not-
drinks fluffy stuff.
Not
you
with
know.
a beard like that. He's only going to drink that fruity, fluffy craft beer style opportunity.
Yes. But he's a great addition to Bowls Victoria.
He is
Doing a great job, and he's well known and well appreciated by the garden variety bowlers out there.
Yeah, correct.
I think the elite bowlers in Victoria all know him very well, but I think the humble little people like me, we also know him pretty well, which is great.
Yep. As much as I like to pick on him, he does do a very good job, and we are very fortunate to have him. I hope he sticks around for some time to come.
Absolutely. We don't want anybody to poach him.
No, he does mention going back to the motherland at some stage. But
Oh, he's got... The new baby's Australian, so...
yeah, correct.
You know, got to stay.
Yep.
Yeah, okay, he's got a look of concentration right on.
just cutting the head as well.
Just, yeah, just under and maybe not there.
Do you know the reason for the stick that,
No,
Kay uses?
No, I don't. As long as I've been playing, Kay's had that stick. I played against her in a region final of the over 60 singles a couple of years ago too. She gave me a bath.
It's nice to let others win for a change, Pat.
Oh, it was a lovely match. It was great. So they're just saying one.
Yep.
Oh.
Quite conservative here.
Yeah.
Saying it's pretty hard to get to.
Yeah, Steve wants her to have a go.
There's no super danger there if she can find that little port.
Not on this forehand side.
No.
And it's not a real wide draw into that. So
Trying to go through the two blue bowls.
which are both hers.
Yep. So if she can kick a goal there, we'll see. Quite often you
Will
find
it
with
turn?
this they won't do it.
No.
So they're kind of half committed to it. And I think that might be what we see there. But
Yeah, absolutely. That
no damage. Still one to Eaglehawk.
that element of should I, shouldn't I?
Yep. We are 3 ends gone. In a lead of 3 shots to 1 to Eaglehawk over Karingle. Early days.
On the second rink, Bendigo Campaspe Goldfields has got a good lead, but on the third rink, it's Mornington Peninsula, so it's keeping us on our toes.
Yeah. So Matt about 3 yards in from the tee. Jack not too similar, maybe 4.
Yeah, longish. Very handy start, or just sliding past. Good line though.
Must mean that somebody put the Jack in the wrong spot.
Well, husband and wife, I don't think they'll debate it.
You never know. So Mark Foster using a Taylor GTR. It's kind of an aqua sort of colour. It's a speckle of about 3 or
Yeah.
4 different shades of blue and green. So
Wouldn't call it teal.
no, not at the moment. Not too sure what to make of Australian politics just right now.
No, it's just interesting is the word. When you don't know what to say, you say interesting.
Yeah, I don't know if I read this out on air yesterday, but somebody texted me and said, where are we here? So, the Liberal Party scored 35.4% of the vote. The Labor Party scored 32% of the vote,
Yeah.
and the rest scored 32% of the vote. So,
Yeah,
plus or minus a point.
it's quite interesting, our electoral system, and that's actually got a fair bit of press this morning, those
Yeah,
figures.
Some might say it's flawed. Might have worked many, many years ago, but could be time for change. Far wiser heads than mine will make those decisions.
Still pleased I live in Australia, though.
Yeah, well, this is true. Thank you very much, Sharon. So Kay uses that stick due to a back operation. So there you go.
Thank you. What,
Appreciate that.
Sharon Cook?
No, Sharon Bryan.
Sharon Bryan.
Mark just edging in the opposition bowl.
Just
Early
marginally.
days, yep.
Yeah, that's right. It's only the leads bowls, so head can change multiple times.
Which is why it's so important to try and be beyond the Jack. Because the Jack is going to move 3 and 4 times most ends in this sort of level of competition.
And that's the element of being a part of a team game.
Exactly right.
16 bowls are going to be on there by the time the last bowl's played, and can change multiple times. Little touch up here, just maybe, needed, another inch or 2 and it would have rolled that bowl further.
As if he was listening to us. Just get a news alert that says, in his first address as Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese has pledged to change the way politics is conducted.
Oh, we do have influence, Tony.
Yeah, well.
Not.
BVTV live stream is going places.
So have we been happy with our numbers for...
Yeah, they've been really strong, particularly during the final last night. So
that's excellent.
Sunday night, quite often a good opportunity. People just tucking into their Sunday roast and
this one's
enjoying some of the
arriving.
action.
This bowl, yes, made a difference.
Yep.
Great bowl. Well done.
That was the weight required and well and truly appreciated by Phil Crowder. Gives a nice big clap over his head and a very loud well done.
Very handy little head there.
Okay, whatever weight you want, you can get through there, was the call.
So Alan's got both his bowls are in there.
Stephen Piercy on the forehand.
With a little bit of weight.
Yep.
Oh.
Just a touch high for that
Yeah,
weight.
just... I've got to remember that on this carpet, that you don't need that much width with that extra pace.
I know a few of the players in BPL often say you're really either committing to a full-blooded drive or just stick with the draw.
That's right.
Swinger weight can be quite difficult.
Tricky.
On carpet.
Absolutely. Yeah, and that's a really good spot.
Yep. Appreciated again by skipper. So we're seeing Eaglehawk trying to play with weight to spill that jack through. And Karingle saying, well, we'll put a catcher in.
We'll cover what you're trying to do.
Yep.
Steve's very deliberate.
Not a bad technique too.
No. Always nice when you get it on the ground smooth.
Yep.
Oh, is it going to
Be
just...
some contact.
Oh.
Don't know whether that's exactly what he wanted.
No, but...
Probably doesn't change one shot still.
However, makes the next shot maybe a little bit trickier.
Yep.
And maybe makes it a little bit safer for Karingle. Then it comes down to a little bit of how aggressive you are or how conservative you are in what part of the game you're up to.
Yep.
Still early days. Just going to be under.
I may have this wrong.
Oh, what do I know?
I may have this wrong, but I feel like they haven't removed Stephen Piercy's bowl from the ditch.
No, they haven't.
It's definitely not a touch. It was well wide, so...
Right. That's correct.
Which may or may not matter, but we'll keep an eye on that.
Steve will probably be aware of that, seeing as how he's just come up to the head.
Yep. Terry Matthews saying, come on, Karingle.
Tell me exactly where Karingle is. What's it next to?
Karingle is down on the peninsula.
Oh, I got
just
that bit.
near Frankston. There
Oh,
we go.
near Frankston.
Yep. Phil Crowder just seeing that bowl now and taking it out.
Good.
So all corrected there. Yeah, a very strong club in a nice part of the world down there. All the facilities you could hope for.
I'd like to get down there and visit because I haven't been that way very much.
Yeah, proud partners of ours, of course. They sponsor the Vic Medal
For the Vic
Victorian
Open. Yep.
And they are hosting Tasmania v Victoria very, very soon.
Right. Okay, so it's a tight head there.
It is, isn't it?
It's very tricky.
Said earlier, 6 within a mat. Well, no different here.
No. It's what we're looking to see.
Yep.
We come to see good bowls, and that's what we've got.
Karingle holding one with the bowl of Mark Foster, which is the upright bowl. Not by a lot.
And I think they actually have, really, Eaglehawk have got Kay's bowl in the front and Steve Piercy's to the side, but All the others are Karingle bowls. I know it's Ray Rowe's, not Steve Piercy's.
A similar colour. Will there be some contact here?
Yeah. Oof. It's probably, yeah, it's still just the one. We've got 7 bowls there right in tight now, Tony.
It is all players finding it very nicely.
Glad I put my phone on silent.
You always got to be careful of that here.
Okay.
No change there from
No,
Kay.
just, yeah.
Ira Godkin's picked up 5 shots in the last 2 ends to get that one back to 5 all. We're down 5-0, so all square.
Team Godkin have got it together. Was a very good head there, just to go the one down.
They want to go a long one, was the call from Phil Crowder. Put the Matt and Jack on the tee. So
Test everybody out. It's interesting, the people who favour the long ends versus Lee Schramm is a bit famous for long ends,
yeah,
isn't he?
certainly is, yep.
Yeah.
Many of the Australian players feel that's their advantage in a longer end. But I like the fact that Corey Wedlock has almost gone the exact opposite and says, well, you're all playing that, I'll play the short end. So
Yeah.
it plays them with devastating effect.
I've played a fair bit of mixed bowls with Prickle Thorne, Philip Thorne.
Very good bowler, Prickle.
Yes, and in tight matches, he often says, we'll play a long and then we'll play a short, we'll play a long and then we'll play a short,
yeah.
because
Try and throw them off their rhythm.
he's always comfortable that he can get it.
Yeah.
He's always got his fingers crossed that occasionally I may throw the opposition off. So.
Yeah, with his ability, he can do just about anything. A lovely opening bowl there from Mark Foster.
Absolutely.
Simon, that's a very similar comment to the previous stream, and I think we answered it correctly there. Bowls Victoria's been open gender for many years, and we see a mixture of all genders in both midweek and weekend pennant. As we see a pretty good line there from Ray Rowe.
Yeah,
Not quite finding the weight, but the line was spot on.
And good correction next time, and he'll have that. So you're very happy here, Tony, with your setup at Moama Bowling Club?
Couldn't ask for anything more here. They are supporters of bowls in general and supporters of us. And we're very, very pleased to be able to come here.
They certainly support bowls in our area.
Yep.
And not only just bowls, all the community support that they do as well is pretty impressive.
A big employer for the township.
Absolutely.
As you say, their support of community events and community activities and other clubs in the area is unmatched.
It's really interesting how far their support goes. You know, I go to play at tournaments at places like Heathcote and Yamerka and not Nagambie, I haven't been to Nagambie, but Nathalia.
Yep.
And there you see, well, Eaglehawk. They've got a Moama Bowling Club acknowledgement of sponsorship. So,
yeah, some great leadership here with Paul Barnes leading the club, and of course Liam Fleming as the Chief Operating Officer.
absolutely
Does
brilliant.
An absolutely sterling job. Big Kevy Anderson that's joined the club in the last year or so, doing great jobs, doing great things as the venue manager here at the Greens.
And Stuart, ably helped by Stuart White.
Yeah, we've missed Stuart this week. We're hoping to spend a bit of time with him, but he's up at BPL.
Yeah.
Of course, Moama have a team there. And Cass Millerick has been a very welcome addition to the Moama team. She's been nothing but a beautiful, bubbly, bright help to almost anything we've needed.
Absolutely. Not only is she a great bowler, she's a very pleasant person, but she's a great little worker. She sees things that need doing, and she jumps right in and gets them done. So I think the team, and you see them here as a team at Moama, has been really positive. The last 18 months has certainly seen a huge turnaround.
Yeah, absolutely. So a little wide there.
Yeah, wide and heavy,
Alan.
but...
No trouble though. Jenny
No.
O'Shea was very good with her first. We'll see what she can do with her second. Doesn't quite have shots. Shot still being held by Mark Foster for Karingle, but Jenny not far away at all. Yeah, Cass Millerick had a great last month or so. She won an Australian title.
Yes,
and of course backed it up with a Victorian title. So
absolutely. And good to see she's playing the Australian Open with a Moama bowler. Kelly Norris is going up to play pairs with her. So
former Australian level shooter, I think, Kelly Norris, wasn't she?
Something like that.
If I've got the right person.
We've got a few good shooters out of our area. We've currently got a young girl going for the Australian team. Very strong shooting area.
Yeah. Of course, the sport of shooting. No one's going around doing it in the streets.
Oh, we think about it. We thought about it yesterday when somebody broke into Eaglehawk Bowls Club, did some damage.
Yeah. Vinny, we're just waiting on Jimmy to come back, and we'll get some scores very soon. The Strzelecki match is on our green, so we can get you that one, which is Ballarat Highlands currently leading 18-14. They've played 17 ends, but we will do a full score update soon. But just repeating that, Ballarat Highlands, which is the Gisborne and District Club, they're 18 against Strzelecki, which is Traralgon, who were 14, but just as I say that, they've updated the board, so it's now 18-19 in favour of Strzelecki, so they just picked up 5 there. So 19 to Strzelecki, 18 to Ballarat Highlands after 17 ends. We'll get all the scores from around the grounds very soon.
Oh, doesn't that sound formal? Scores from around the grounds.
Yeah,
We could be in the AFL.
We're better than the AFL these days.
Oh, absolutely. Quite a bit of consideration being given to this next shot.
Yeah, David Paxman, Phil Crowder, having a lengthy discussion about this one. Shot still with Karingle. So we see the Henselite XG, black bowl coming down on a pretty good track.
A very good pace.
And takes the jack, spits it out. That'll be 3 to the Karingle team.
Happy skip.
Yeah, it was a great bowl. Just used the bowl of Jenny O'Shea from Eaglehawk, used it to good effect.
With a good pace.
Yep.
Steve now needs to find a bit more length on his next one. Not sure that he's found what he needed. No. Line was good, but just didn't finish off.
So Phil Crowder for these Henselite XGs, the black and yellow Tigers bowls.
Got a little bit of traffic to get around.
He's got to come in under the Stephen Piercy bowl. In an ideal world, I think he'll do that, and this will come in and add to the count. Not by a lot, but it will.
Well, what counts, counts.
Yeah, they don't draw pictures on the scorecard.
No. No space for how.
Kay Rowe is going to have something to say about this. She's still got 2 shots to come.
She's got the weight. No, just ran into her teammate's bowl.
Well, it may cut one out.
She'll be having a little bit of work to do with her last bowl.
Yep.
Phil's Tiger is on its way.
It's wider.
And more weight.
Pretty good weight.
Might
Needs to stop
go swimming.
before... Nope. So the pressure on Kay now. She's currently 3 down. 3 and a measure, we'll call it. Had one side already. Needs to get this one bang on.
Her weight with the first one was not too bad.
She may correct some front bowls here.
Yeah.
All right, so we will see the result. It is 4, so there you go, a good
4.
pickup.
Yeah, big pickup for Karingle.
Yep, bust this one open a little. It was 3 shots apiece.
So does Karingle have a nickname?
That's a good question. I don't know what their nickname is.
Eaglehawks is the borough.
The Borough.
Because it's the borough of Eaglehawk.
Borough of Eaglehawk, there you
Yeah,
go.
so
Well, somebody in the comments will likely tell us
I'm sure they
whether or
will.
not Karingle is the Vikings or the Tigers or the Blues or the whatever.
Oh, they've got red and white, so
Yeah.
wouldn't be thinking Tigers.
No, it could be the Bloods.
Could be.
Karingle Kings. The Kangas, says
Oh.
Jan Marie Lindsay. So
Right. So we've gone for a long end.
Karingle Kangas picked up a 4 in the last end. So
Certainly made a difference to their score and the overall score.
all right, some scores from around the ground. So Gippsland 14. They're leading Murray Mallee 10 after 15 ends, a third of the way through.
So that's quite tight.
Yeah,
That's
very.
not a lot of shots.
No. Goulburn Murray 14, Ovens and Murray 9, also quite tight after 14 ends.
And low scoring.
Yep.
That's
Geelong,
a lovely lead spot.
Geelong 10, West Coast 16 after 18 ends. And Wimmera 13, Metro 22 after 19 ends. So
Okay.
I've just been tapped on the shoulder. Jimmy's going to sub me out and a bit of speed dating. I'll leave you here with Pat Schram and Jimmy Whitehead.
Thanks, Tony. I thought I was getting subbed out.
Need to break every 5 minutes. Whole time. Reset your batteries.
Oh, not as on as me.
Hey Pat, how are we going?
I'm excellent, Jimmy, and you?
Going all right. How's this one going? I haven't actually been following it too much. Been trying to organise the dinner for tonight.
Oh, okay. You're cooking? Or?
No, oh, I'm actually not a bad cook. I do the cooking in our house. I reckon I'm 90% chef over Bridie. So
Oh, I think with your sort of statements, we need to check with Brian.
no, it's true. It's legit. I am the cook.
Yeah.
I enjoy
okay.
it. But I've never catered for 200 people, so I'd struggle there.
Okay, right. Well, we've had a really tight match
Mm.
until in the last end, Karingle got a 4.
Yeah, okay.
So that sort of burst that open quite a bit. So it's brought back the overall board
Yeah.
to be quite close. There's been some high quality ends.
Yeah, you know a few of these Eaglehawk players. I know a couple of these Karingle guys pretty well. Phil Crowder, do a fair bit of work with him. He's a bowls coordinator.
Yeah.
Or bowls operations manager even, his correct title down at Karingle.
Oh,
David Paxman I've seen before.
Yep.
He goes pretty good.
So we've just been hearing that Mark Foster is a newish bowler. So,
Yeah, nice.
and when you see what he's doing there, it's pretty handy.
It's going good.
Yeah,
awesome.
absolutely. They've gone for the length. They've gone full length with this end.
Yeah, it's catching. It's a bit of a sprayed head, so it's obviously catching a couple of them out.
Yeah.
Looks like Eaglehawk have picked up on the far rink. Just waiting for them to update the scoreboard and a few people to move out the way. And we'll see what's going on there at 9-2 next door. That's all up to date.
Yeah, so that's Jan Robertson in the middle rink with 9-2. So having a good day.
Yeah, John Curtin's a fair bowler. He's always around at events. I think he was in the state mixed pairs recently at Bendigo East. He
6 all on the other rink. Oh, now they're about to change it.
Yeah, you've got to.
Phil Godkin is up there.
Oh, that is Phil.
Yeah.
I've met him once, but if I don't meet someone twice, I forget sometimes. I do a fair bit of work with him on the bowler's arms side of stuff. Got the bowler's arms state champs coming up in a week or so's time, 2 weeks' time.
He is a fabulous bowler, as we were talking about before. He's represented Victoria, been a Victorian skip.
So a pretty strong outfit in this Eaglehawk side.
Absolutely. Strong in the matrimony stakes too. Husband and wife in the... There's a lot of husbands and wives that shouldn't play together, but these ones obviously do it very well. This bowl is just going to be a bit shy. Oh, actually the length's not too bad. More the width required.
Just ducked under. Stephen Piercy, how's he going?
He's had some telling bowls at different times. On the last end, he needed it and didn't quite get it, but other ends he certainly he has.
He's got a very deliberate action. There's a lot of downward focus from him there, and then
Absolutely.
he's pretty compact in the way he gets rid of that bowl. It's good.
Gets it through on the ground smoothly though.
Spence.
Just a little heavy. Nice line though.
Yeah, John was in the 4s as well.
Yeah.
Good call, Sam. As we know, if you've been following the coverage this week, my memory's not fantastic at the moment.
It's lack of sleep.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you're saying.
Yeah. Like I'm currently wearing a craft brewery beer T-shirt underneath my BV thing because I've got no work shirts.
Oh,
it's carnage.
Right.
I didn't pack any, you know.
Oh, well.
Didn't think I'd need any.
What, did you think it'd be cold up here?
Well, it's real nice down in the sun. Just taking a stroll to get the scores then. Tommy Ristic, hope you're going well, buddy. Nice Monday afternoon game for you. We just crept into the afternoon, yep. Just checking. It's 10-2 next door.
Just sliding past with that.
Jenny gives us a raw smile as she walks past, like she's had enough.
Oh, she sets pretty high standards for herself. Yeah, that's right. She won't have been happy with what she did, but there's always the next end.
You've played with any of these ladies in the Bendigo Campaspe Goldfields region side?
I have. I've played with Kay. I roomed with Kay a couple of years. I've also played with Irene, who's skipping over on the couple of rinks over. But I know all of them, Jan Robertson and whatever, from tournaments and things around the area. We're pretty fortunate that we all get on well together and support each other. Mind you, Eaglehawk did beat us to get here.
You still haven't let that one go, have you, Pat?
No, I can't.
Close game?
No, about six shots or so.
That's close.
Oh, well, not close enough.
Played 25 ends or 21?
21.
Yep. Phil Crowder just confirming they've got the back bowl. So
I'm glad. What are we saying? Best back?
Best back, yeah. I mean, we saw a few times yesterday. Jack's getting smashed everywhere.
Absolutely. Did any of them come forward? That's
I
what
did see a few forwards yesterday, not on our live stream games, but Phil has. I was bowling with a stick for a while. He had a bit of a. Got out of bed one day and just couldn't. Just something went wrong.
Yeah.
But he's back off it now. Looks to be back to full health.
Yeah. Okay. Got his movement back.
He plays in the Mornington Peninsula region side.
Okay. Handy bowler
He
then.
can play. Yep.
Yeah.
Goes pretty well with. Actually won the region pairs down there this year with Dale Verhagen from Mount Eliza.
Right.
They're good mates and a good combo, them two.
Okay.
But Phil had the dreaded COVID and
no.
had to miss out. And Dale made it all the way through to the semi-finals without him. So
All right.
using actually a combination of subs, because I think he used is it Mark Brown from Mount Eliza, and they didn't expect to win their 2 games, I think, and they did, and then he had to work the next day, so had to sub someone else in for the 3rd day.
Oh, okay.
Mr. David Pumper from Mornington, so
Yeah. Well, must have a good depth of
yeah.
quality players.
We saw City of Frankston up here representing Mornington for the weekend pennant.
Yep. Had a chat to one of their players yesterday afternoon in the queue at the bar.
He enjoyed the weekend?
Yeah, I wasn't here all of the time. I only came yesterday afternoon. But I had been doing a bit of peeking on the live stream in between supposedly working.
There's a few people doing that today as well.
Got to be a little bit elastic occasionally. A very nice start. Long end. Just past. Very good spot.
Yeah, have they been playing this T-to-T stuff?
Yes,
yeah, when
they
they've
have.
had the jack. Yeah, it's a good tactic.
Yeah, sort of started off about 3/4 when Eaglehawk had the mat, and then when Karingle got it, they've gone longer, and they're doing it very well. It's only a metre, but makes the metre short is hard to work with.
Yeah. It catches a few people out. It's a good leveler, the T-to-T. If you can jump on first and find the range, you can dominate a team.
Yeah, that's right.
People seem to be scared of it. I don't know if people just don't practice it enough, or...
I think it's probably pretty easy just to practice 3/4. Like, you know,
Yeah.
Let's face it, a lot of us are a bit lazy.
Or stuck in our ways, so we just go,
Yeah.
yeah, this is easy. We'll sit on this. Plus, we all want to look good.
Oh, yeah, well. Anyway, it's another nice Leeds bowl coming in here.
Do you reckon he's going to be bowling a couple of years older, Mark Foster?
Absolutely.
Yeah? It's going good.
Absolutely. I wonder if he's played other sport.
Yeah, golf or something in his previous time. They say them convert pretty well.
Cricket or something. Tennis. Very often they're the people that jump in fairly quickly. People that have got a bit of a sporting background. Set themselves a goal, and there's a very handy bowl here coming in.
Oh, Rowe, can he get it?
Just snuck past.
Fantastic second shot.
Yeah, very good bowl. He did correct, which is good.
I've got to be honest, I do like to challenge players' calls, and Phil will challenge just for fun anyway.
Yeah.
I'm not convinced the backhand call that he's called Alan on here is the right thing. I'd probably be looking to change that first. I'd try and get the trail myself.
Absolutely.
If I could chip it the way of Mark Foster's bowl, even better. And if I miss and happen to sit that last bowl of Ray Rowe's, even better.
Well, I'm going to be 3 then, aren't I, if I sit it? So, yeah, very often jumping in and playing your opposition's shot is it's actually a positive, not a defensive move. It's an attacking move. Looks handy here from Jenny O'Shea. Is she going to make it? No, she's just going to pull up short.
We sit on a perfect angle behind that bowl, and it was shaping beautifully, but just, that 3-4 feet short. Well, there you go. Sammy reckons Mark was an old footy player, so...
Oh, okay.
They're a fountain of knowledge, our viewers, as we've found out in the last few days.
Absolutely.
Now he has turned him over.
He has done. and well,
it was a good miss in the end because he was slightly narrow on the jack and he didn't want to clip it one way and go the other. He was too heavy for what he was playing, and that's what made it a good miss in the end. But
so really, he was only a look after a tuck, wasn't he?
Yeah.
To tuck it an inch or two. Jenny's given this more. She's not going to be short.
Yeah, she just overcorrected on this one, but if she can stay on, which I think she will, it's a good home. Ross was just asking where he can find out who's playing for Karingle. There's a couple of options, mate. If you jump onto the BV website, there's a tab that says events and then event results through there. You'll navigate your way through the bowls link and find Champion Estate Pennant as an event. Click on that, find the midweek pennant, and then find your round and find Karingle. But you can also download the Bowls Now app from App Store, Play Store, whatever device you've got. On there, there's a little tab at the bottom that says results, and you want to click on Bowls Victoria from there and follow the same sort of steps through the events.
Oh, the Bowls Now app is fantastic.
It's good. Yeah,
I'm loving it.
Makes life a heap easier.
Absolutely.
You'll also find all the other teams there. There's some ripper games first off in the first round. It's kind of, I was saying that a couple of the Melbourne boys who were still here after yesterday's event, they said, oh, who's going to win this, Jim? And I said, you know what? Actually, it's real even. I said, I don't think you'll find too many teams win 4 or 5 games. I think there'll be a lot of 3 and 2 game winners, and it'll be real close to see who goes through this section. So
we only had to look at the first games this morning, the first round this morning. There were so many games that were close. And even now, with the updated scores, there's some that Tony just gave out a few minutes ago.
Yeah.
There's a lot of matches where they're obviously only scoring ones because that's...
Yeah, real low.
Which means good matches.
Right, so Phil's calling David Paxman down on this one.
No, he's a tad wide with this one. Tad heavy. Might go swimming, and it has.
Stephen Piercy trying to, it's just a race to make something happen, is what it is.
Yeah, that's right. They're all trying for the same shot. It's just, how much does his bowl turn? No, it's just a bit heavy. The line was nice.
I don't think that's going in. No, it's
No.
not.
Best back.
Got a couple now, she can get it back, but she'll struggle. So when you back on the green then, Pat?
Oh, in a while. No urgency.
No rush. Good.
No.
I noticed you got it done pretty much in off-season. Was that deliberate?
Oh, well, it was just luck. There was certainly nothing was planned, Jimmy. I'm just fortunate that I live in Australia and when something happened, I had the wherewithal and whatever to deal with it. I did do it tough watching the Women's Country Carnival and watching Regent Sides, though, let me tell you.
Yeah. How did the Country Carnival go? It looked like it was an amazing success.
Oh, look, it was lovely. It was just, they have such a good time, the people that come. So...
There's a lot of bowls missing exactly the same way.
Yeah, absolutely.
See if Kay can do it.
If we get it just right, the shot is there. Oh, might just be a bit over. Not a lot, but yes, once again.
Just must be hard shot to play.
It's interesting that, isn't it, how often it does happen. Everybody's trying to do the same thing and no one just gets it.
Fills out pretty good again.
Yep. What about his pace? I think it's a bit quick. Right, Kay's got 1 bullet left. She needs to take off about 4 feet.
Johnny Curtin picking a 4 up next door.
Okay. No, just a bit quick again, Kay.
Just the one? Yep, just
Absolutely
the one.
one. hung on to it the entire time. I think that was the first bowl, wasn't it? No, it was the second
Yeah.
bowl. He's the lead second bowl. And you got the A team up here this week, Jimmy?
Yeah, Mal and Tony come up.
Yeah.
Doing some good work. Yeah, we it's all run pretty smooth, minus the fire alarm Saturday morning.
Well, that just kept you on your toes, really.
It was just about 200 people standing around like, are we going? We staying? We going? We staying?
I would have. I wasn't here.
Someone drops a metal tub behind us.
Lunch tray.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen Kevin running around.
He was in a flap, you know. That's the most. He's pretty unflappable. But there was a double whammy of I think one of his chefs didn't turn up when he was expected to turn up, and
Right.
then the alarm went off as he was already boiling about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's the most flapped I've ever seen him. I'll be honest. I just smiled and walked around saying, "It's not my fault. It's Kev's fault."
No. Oh well. Now let's see what Mark can do this time. He's hung on for shot the entire time on the last end.
Just to hurry this line.
Oh, just handy but.
Yep.
Handy but.
Yeah. Oh, you'd rather it be that far behind than that far in front.
That's right.
But Ray's going to follow him down.
Yeah, interesting. What are you chuckling at?
Look at the
got
comment, Kevy Anderson. He must be listening. See, he's not working again. He's in his office, feet up on his desk, watching some live streaming.
Well, he can't see us from his office. He can only see the far rigs over there. And I know he does give people cheek if you play on those far rigs.
Right.
I was playing a match here one day and he said to me afterwards, "Oh, you had a 4-end roll-up." And I thought, oh, my goodness.
He watches on the cameras a fair bit, I've noticed.
Oh, okay. Oh, you've learned all his secrets.
Yeah, he's a pretty simple man. He's easy to read. No, I'm joking. He's a good
no,
fella.
he's-
Mark, great change of hand here.
Absolutely. A good decision and got that length just right.
Murray, this is our champion of state pennant midweek. So it's made up of the 12 winners of their respective regions pennant competition. We do have 16 regions in Victoria, but Metro consists of 5 of them, and they only play one big pennant competition. So we've got the 11 regional regions and the 1 metropolitan winner from the midweek pennant. 2 sections of 6. Play 1 game against the people in their sections each, so 5 games, and the winner of the 2 sections play off in the final tomorrow afternoon. We had the weekend iteration across the weekend, and the Bendigo Campaspe Goldfields team of South Bendigo took the win.
The Diggers.
They did.
There's a lovely bowl there. Okay, he'll be having a really good look at this to see which side she wants Jenny to come.
Any chance of her calling her to run at them, or?
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised. Jenny would relish a little run
Would
too.
she? Yeah, right.
She'll have.
I'll try and remind the skips to stand to the side in a sec. Look, not a wasted ball by Jenny. It's okay because they can only really score by moving the jack backwards here. So.
Absolutely, and it wasn't an all-out run. It was just 2 yards on, 3 yards on. So where are we going here? We're just it's going to sneak past. That's a really handy spot. Very good spot.
Yeah, it is good. Well done.
Very happy skip.
He's happy with himself as well, Alan. He's got a big smile at the other end of the green.
Yeah.
How'd Jenny go?
Jenny's just...
More drawing.
Oh.
Jenny.
Oh.
Lucky.
Right, but let's put a bowl right in the head, which never goes astray. So have you got Bryony bowling yet, Jimmy?
No, I don't think it's... I wouldn't call her a sports fanatic in any way.
Right.
She seems to avoid sports, is the way I'll describe her. Having said that, how's David
Oh,
Paxman gone?
oh
Wow,
my goodness. That was a delightful
I don't think you
bowl.
could have played that any better, to be honest.
No.
She actually filled in one time. I played half a season or so at Albert Park when I first came back to bowls, and she filled in one of the sides there when they were short. So she has played a game of Pennant. She also, funny enough, has played in a 2-day tournament up here at Echuca. One of the Moama. I think we played against you, didn't we, Pat? Yeah,
you
we did. Yeah, that's right.
Yes,
yeah.
I remember it. We were on D green.
Yeah.
Prickle and I played you and Bryony. I think you were a fairly new couple then.
Yeah, it would have been a couple of years.
Oh,
We've
really?
we've been 6 or 7 years now. So
Oh,
it was
that's
our
a few
first time
years
bowling.
ago.
That's
That's about 4 years ago.
Yeah, she her introduction to bowls was a 2-day tournament of 15 end games of walk-in pairs,
Which is pretty handy. Yeah.
And they played dead ends, and there was no time limit. So I remember in the last game, we lost every game. We're actually playing against some guys from Karingle, and we were dead level last end. And I kept driving and kept killing the end because I refused to not win that game. And she went berserk. Why did you keep doing this?
Well. No, the Moama Carnival is a great carnival, and of course...
Steve Piercy.
oh,
Sorry, we just missed that on our camera. Splats Jenny's out, takes his own to the side. And it's still 4 to Karingle.
And with Karingle having the bowl on the line immediately behind.
Yeah, good call actually, Pat. That's a big bowl right back there.
It is. It's actually a bit of a saviour, really. I think...
Trading blows in the Godkin Bradley rink over on the far side. They just go in 2 for 2 in the last 2 ends there as well. So 8 apiece after 8 ends. It's got to be lucky in some culture, that 888, surely.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Don't know which one, but...
To the difference overall in the favour of Karingle, who lost their first game against Terralgan, and the guys from Eaglehawk took a close one against Murray Mallee, Kerrang.
Kerrang. Yeah. I went up and watched that for a bit. How fabulous that we've got people from all over our state here playing.
Oh, it's terrific. You know what, this is possibly my favourite event. Everyone's in a good spirit. They're all with the club mates, the people they play all year with, train with, play every game with. So everyone's just happy and just stoked to be here, and they're just easy to deal with and easy to interact with.
That's right. Which makes your job much more pleasant and easier. I do have a story from a few years ago when Echuca was playing in this event. Kay.
She's got stiff again. She's probably 5 now as well.
And the kiddie's gone back to that bowl that we talked about that was just there sitting waiting.
So it's 2 hits they've had and not a lot of luck. The guys from Eagle, I could see her shaking her head. So she
didn't get the result. However, the next shot that she has,
it's a bit more open for her, hey Pat, so at least she can take solace from that. Phil's going to rub some salt into the wounds though and make it 6. So big bowl required.
Steve will just be asking Kay for a nice draw there.
Tough to come off a drive as well, or a weighted bowl. This is a
very
big bowl and a tough bowl. First part's so-so, it's okay. She's got to get off the edge of these. Okay, sensational.
Kay.
Under immense pressure then.
Absolutely fantastic bowl, Kay Rowe. Oh, a big smile.
She gets the shot as well, Pat.
Oh, fantastic. Knew she could do it.
That was sensational.
It was it was a great end. The number of bowls that were in there, it was moved twice and Karingle was still holding it.
Adam, last time we got a score update, the Lakeside were just up against the Murray Mallee crew. I can see half the scoreboard, and both have got 2, so they're in the 20s after 24 ends, but I can't see the other side of the scoreboard, so I'll try and get some more scores for you. I might send Tony up shortly. I don't know where he's gone.
Probably got his feet up somewhere.
Yeah, it's probably with Kev in the office.
Yeah, could be in the office.
Over at the junction. Have you been over there yet?
Not recently, but
Looks terrific.
yeah, it is. And they'd have all your kinds of beers.
Oh, you're joking right now. I've been told that. Might not go home.
Oh dear. So it's interesting, Eaglehawk have gone for a long end too, which after the last one, Karingle had shortened it up after multiple long ones. So a bit of cat and mouse going on here.
I agree, Jan. It was a cracking pressure bowl.
Mm.
Because the game was about to blow wide open if she dropped that 6.
Yeah, 6 is a huge turnaround, isn't it? So.
Just getting some love on the comments, Kate.
This is a handy bowl coming in here. Just going to sneak under.
Yeah, pretty impressed by Mark. If he's only a couple of hours in, he's
absolutely
doing a great job.
Doesn't look concerned. Oh, had a little shake of the head there himself. So obviously, within a mat length's not what he's aiming for. He wants it closer.
Wants it sitting on top of the jack. Got some score updates from the other games. We've got the Traralgon side from Strzelecki leading the Gisborne side from Ballarat Harlands 26-20 after 23 ends. Lakes Entrance do lead the Murray Mallee side, the Kerrang team 28-26 after 24.
Well, that's close.
Portland from the West Coast lead City of Geelong 28-21 after 28. And Bundoora, the Metropolitan representative, lead the Wimmera side 29-20 after 28. That Wimmera side being Horsham City.
Horsham City. Nice bowl coming in here from Mark. Yep.
Yeah, good lead bowling by both of them, by Ray and Mark. It's a pretty good setup. Big ticks if I was their skip.
Yeah, you'd be happy.
Johnny Curtin next door continues his comeback for Mornington Peninsula. He's picked up another 2.
Jenny just had a good length on that bowl, but was just a tad narrow. But she'll correct with the next one. Let's see what Alan's going to do.
Get there first sort of job as well. Whenever you can see the jack, there's a few jack high bowls. It's pretty open to a change in who's got shot. So you definitely don't want to be short, which he hasn't done. So he's a good miss in the end.
Mind you, remember going this way on the last end. 2 ends ago, they all struggled. So Mark's bowl stayed a shot for that entire time. Let's see whether Jenny's made the correction. Looks handy.
Very close, Pat. Very close. Gets a piece of that jack.
Yeah, well done, Jenny. Will she smile? Come on.
Just try it.
Really, Alan doesn't have to correct a lot on his last bowl now that kitty's been moved a little bit. And if he gets a touch there, oof.
Well, he does sit Mark Foster's bowl down, though.
Yeah, absolutely.
Still might be one to Jenny. A bit of fun being had at the rink next door.
That's what it's all about. Be competitive, work your backside off, but enjoy it.
It's been played like the event the last 2 days and today. It's all good spirits, competitive spirits. That everyone's here to win the flag.
Absolutely, and a big flag it is too.
Took Bendigo a while to work out South Bendigo, sorry, a while to work out which way to hold it up last night before
okay.
Mel took the photos. You had to sort of intervene and go, lads, I know you're excited, but just turn it the right way.
And was that before the celebrations?
Yeah, we had it back to front to start with, then we got it upside down, and then we eventually landed on the correct way for the flag so Mel could get her photos.
I know. I saw the photos on BV Facebook.
Yeah.
I think she takes a great photo. Mel's
She does. We were lucky to get them photos last night. The story is we legged it out of here for dinner because everywhere was closing. Managed to get some food at the Thai joint over the road, and she went back to upload all the photos after that. And she made the mistake of sitting on a bed as opposed to the table to work on a laptop. And
right.
she said, I felt like a child and my head was dropping and nodding, and I fell asleep mid-post. So she woke up a few minutes later and finished the post. But
she's a professional, our Mel.
They're long days, so she's...
and she's right all on everything. She's fabulous. I love her action shots. I reckon at Championship Week, the photos were of people doing things.
Yeah, she got some good ones of Johnny O'Donnell from Lara from Geelong with his tongue out mid-shot.
All of that. That's, to me, is the action of bowls.
How's he gone here?
Oh, just didn't need that little slide on that one.
So there's a stack of bowls, but the jack's still sitting there by itself. Brad, I am excited about the new cricket season, mate. We've got a new coach, Brendan McCullum, new captain, Benny Stokes. Might actually win a game for once.
Oh, pigs may fly. How do you keep on top of all your sport, Jimmy?
Well, it's a tiring thing. You just got to put priorities in your life. Like sport's pretty much, I'll make sure the babies are on and then it's sport. I don't worry about anything else. Although I missed all the final day of the Soccer Premier League last night. I was just too tired to stay awake till 2 a.m. to watch it. But
so who did win?
Manchester City got it, despite almost giving it away.
Okay.
They got the win in the end. So
yeah. So who do you follow?
We won't talk about that, Pat. They're not very good.
Oh, okay. Right.
Birmingham, they
so
struggle.
What's Kay going to do here?
She's got it. No, she's going under. She sits the inside.
She might have hit the ball out.
She might have tucked Jenny's shot bowl out there, and they're now one down. David Paxman sort of give the wobble of his hand like it's up and down.
It's the sort of just millimetre difference would have. It was a good bowl.
I think she can still. David reckons one. I think she can get a trail with the next bowl. She'll make 3, so she's.
That's right.
Doesn't have to change a lot.
And you're looking at the end, what the result is at the finish of each end. What these Tiger bowls are going to do here.
Yeah, big Tigers man, old Phil Crowder. Who do you go for in the footy?
Oh, Catters.
Oh, yeah, right.
Catters. How to suffer pain and agony, be a Geelong supporter.
I reckon everyone says that. At least you've had some premiership wins in the.
Yeah, we have had some glory.
History.
Yeah. Prior to that, I do remember being at the winning grand final in 1963.
Yeah, right. It's just before I was born, that
yeah.
Matt, just before.
I was a child.
Right.
Now, Kay, she did it on her last end when they were 6 down to end up with the shot. So
she doesn't have to adjust too much.
At least she's not in as much trouble as she was on the last end.
She's quicker
just
and
a bit heavier. Yeah.
Just reached a bit too much almost. You can do that.
That's right. Just
overplay the shot almost.
Instead of thinking, what did I do last time? Just do it again. Mind you, if we were all able to do that, we wouldn't be here, would we?
We'd all be playing
in
the BPL this afternoon and tomorrow.
So who do you follow in the BPL?
I'm going to say Moama because I'm sitting next to. I'm at Moama and I'm sitting next to you. No, any of the Victorian sides I'm good with. Phil Crowder.
A lovely bowl there. Just snuck right in underneath it. A very good bowl. Perfect pace.
Probably makes a couple. There comes 2 out of the count. And Steve Piercy will say to Dave Paxman, that's your lot, mate. If you want any more, you're going to have to measure. Yeah, well, Moama have got an exceptionally strong side this time around.
Absolutely.
I mean, they're definitely a stronger unit now Kev's not playing.
No. Didn't you love it last time, though, when they were just driving for the kiddie first end?
Yeah.
Like, you know.
It's a good tactic. They've all, might have been, two.
Two.
Like the blue Jenny's up. To the way of the Karingle side in this one. They've got Aaron Sheriff, Ryan Bester and Tash Van Aldick now. So.
Pretty incredible, isn't it? Will Kevin get back in next time?
Well, probably not. He's lucky he's on staff, otherwise he wouldn't.
Look, I think they look after them all pretty well here. It's,
yeah. Well, Johnny Curtin next door has picked up another 3, so it's 9 shots in 3 ends for him. And he now leads that rink 11-10 the way of Karingle.
So our scoreboard and the overall scoreboard.
Yeah, I don't tend to worry about that overall.
Oh, don't we?
Because the managers can miss a small skip. I'll go off the rink.
Yep.
The rinks I'll follow because they're normally pretty good. The overall they can be behind or mess up. So I think they're 1 shot behind. Yeah, 28 ends we've got and then 22. So be a 1 to go on somewhere.
Okay, I'll take your lead, Jimmy.
Yeah, I've sort of learned. I do quickly reference mostly, but
nice lead bowl here, just sitting behind.
Yeah, he sets himself some high standards. He's slapped his hand
right.
there.
Yeah,
but he's noticeably moved the mat up a bit on this one.
Absolutely.
Trying something different. Lucas, you're working today. Get back to work, mate. My office needs tidying. Go and do that.
Your office would always be tidy, wouldn't it?
Mine was the tidiest for a while, and I'm never there anymore, so it probably hasn't changed.
I reckon Jeff would have a pretty tidy office.
Yeah, you're right.
It's a lovely bowl from Ray there, Ray Rowe. First bowl, all over it. Fair bit of talking going over there on the Godkin rink. No domestics though.
That's his. I was about to ask you that question. That's his partner, is it? Yeah. Okay,
yeah. Cool. Ray and Phil and Irene.
Yeah, awesome.
She's a lovely lady. Good handy bowler. Bit of a character.
Yeah, just missing with that one, Mark.
No, this he won't be happy with himself.
Nah.
He's been bowling so well.
I'm sure some of the more experienced bowlers out there will just say, tap him on the shoulder, say, forget that one, mate. It's all good. You've been playing pretty good.
Yeah, you got the next end. You'll do it next time.
Well, Ray just had some insulting.
Yeah.
Probably dragged
it. Good but bad.
Yeah, he dragged it a bit further than he wanted to. See, Pat, they've now caught their score up, but now we've got the ends wrong. So
I trust you, Jimmy.
Yeah.
You're looking after the people out there in Streamland. There's a nice bowl coming in here. Just going to slide through, but in a great spot. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, he's bringing Jenny onto the forehand.
Yeah, there was Ray's bowls there to knock up on the backhand, which he obviously prefers her on the more open draw. I don't know if that bowl of Allen's has grabbed shot. It's pretty hard to tell on the camera angle.
Yeah, I would be guessing not, but certainly have improved looking at the camera angles over the events.
They're tough. They are. Like I regularly can get myself confused over who's got shot if I look in the naked eye and then back on the camera.
Yeah.
Alan's good again. He's going to draw a shot, I think.
This would be the shot, so most definitely.
Maybe, Phil says.
Oh, only maybe. I thought that Matt and his co-commentators at the championship week really got all over the camera angles for the who had shot and whatever. So I think he must have a fairly good eye, our Matt.
About the only thing he's got good. He's an easy one. He's an easy target. He's good. He's heading down to Dunkeld to do some commentary next this coming weekend. They're going to have a big tournament down there.
Right.
Going to help him out.
Fabulous.
He's got family down that way, so.
Yeah, actually, it's interesting. I think there's still a whole lot of clubs and areas throughout throughout our sport in Victoria that don't understand the work that Matt does in regard to education, and that he's there to help all clubs in all different ways.
Yeah, it's right. Anything training and education. Like an example, before this event, we did a bit of an online training session with the team managers from both the midweek and weekend Pennant event. Same with the region sides, just a few nights before the event, just to sort of say, look, this is what to expect. This is how things are going to run and what we expect from you, and also a bit of training on BowlsLink. And it all works. It's all been great. Like I mentioned earlier on the stream this morning, the team managers for weekend were fantastic.
That's good.
They've been amazing today here. There's one who's forgot his laptop, but he's all right. He's a nice bloke, so he's.
You've forgiven him?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
He was genuine in his apology, so he was all good. Now, look, and Matty, there's more than that. He looks after all the coaching courses that are run through BV. There's a change happening to them. That some of them are going online, and.
Yeah. Steve going to sneak around past this? No, just didn't quite work for him. Well, I think clubs need to keep in mind that if you need training in any area, Matt's the man, because he certainly does it well.
Does it with a smile as well, Pat?
Yeah, absolutely. And that wicked giggle that he has.
Yeah. Bit of a battler of a bowler, though. He's not going to teach you much on the green.
Oh, is really? Come on.
I might be underplaying him a little bit.
Yeah.
He's a good mate of mine.
Yeah. Oh, look, I just think it's fantastic that in the office we've got Mel, who's a bowler, champion at her own club.
She's the most informed of anyone in the office.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's what she made the quarterfinals of the country, the pairs in the women's country carnival.
Yep. Yes, I was running that event, and I happened to place that event right outside the office window so that I could watch. And I had been over and checked her out when she was playing over at Rich River too. So. It looks 1 to Eaglehawk at the minute.
So across the couple of ends, Eaglehawk have picked a few up, so it's now 1 the difference overall. 29-30. It's a cracker of a game, this one.
Absolutely, and there's still plenty of ends to go, so it's not over until right at the very end, is it?
No. What time do we start? This one 11:40, so we'll be done at 2:10. So they've got about 45 minutes to go. Phil Crowder.
That is a lovely bowl. And I think he's made 4, has he?
4 or 5? 5?
Yeah.
Is that their back one as well?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, it looks like
Phil
5.
Crowder. It gives me a big smile. I have to clip this one up and put it in a little highlights package and send it to him.
Absolutely.
It's just nice to see him turn up after 11 ends.
Cheeky. I think Kay's just a bit wide.
Close your eyes, Pat. Close your eyes. Nearly.
Oh, dear. Might have cut out the last one.
4 was the signal from David Paxman.
So cut out the dark blue one at the back. Certainly might change Phil's hand with this next shot. Steve wants Kay to come and have a look.
It's not a bad call by Steve. What did you say to
Yeah,
Kay then? Just
that's
come down and
right.
have a look what you're going to try and do
Yeah.
anyway if he's coming down.
Got plenty of time. It's not urgent. Oh no, he's sticking with the forehand.
Yeah, he does have to be careful of that pink ball.
Yeah, that's right. One roll and may not end up a shot, but it cut
He's
down.
narrow. Is that...
Oof.
You tried, Phil. You tried to knock it in.
Still didn't make a difference. Still the 4.
She just try what we would describe as a rake into this head, just to try and sit a bowl and stay in the head.
Yeah, not a lot over, just a little. Oh, she played the big bowl before when they were 6 down.
Correct. So she's got form at saving the skin of this Eaglehawk rink. Like any skip should. All right, and she go.
What are we thinking,
Oh, I
Tony?
don't.
Oh, it's a bit pacey.
I don't
Is
mind
it-
the line though. Something's going to happen here. Pat through the pink's good. Just
Oh,
like that.
that. She's done it again.
Don't know if she's grabbed shot this time, but
But
she's
it's better
cut
than
it down.
better than 4 down.
100%. Might only be 1 or 2 down now. Steve's just saying, can we clear everything else out of the way?
Bit of dramatics here, really, isn't it?
So it will only be 1 down if she is down, but they're going to
that's
measure for
right.
it.
Yeah, they're measuring for shot. So, really, 2 big bowls from Kay, a few ends apart.
Right, yeah. It's probably saved 10 shots in total almost.
Absolutely.
She's getting a round of applause from a fella down there.
Yeah, from her husband. That was an over-the-top round of applause. It was a great bowl anyway. So,
Pat, thank you so much for joining us for this game. It's been terrific to get you insight. I know you know the guys from Eaglehawk really well. It's good to get you on the commentary.
thank you very much, Jimmy.
We'll have you back any time.
Oh, okay. I'll just escape for a while.
I know. Watch all the leads. They're hard to get out of.
Yeah, and I'll hand over to the lovely Tony Sherwill.
Well, how good was that to have the lovely Pat Schram in commentary for a little while. She is an absolute superstar, Pat Schram. So 12-4 here to Karingle. But for Eaglehawk fans, the other 2 rinks are going your way, which means we've got a nice tight one, Jimmy. We had a little hiccup in the last one, didn't have a tight one. We're back on form.
Yeah, it's a cracker, this one. Kay Rowe has played some big bowls a few ends ago, just not long after you jumped out. She was 6 down and drew shot. And then she was 4 down and turned it to just the 1 down. So she's playing her skip roll pretty well.
Yep, well played.
Seesawing game next door on the Curtin Robertson rink. Guys from Eaglehawk were at 9-zip up at one stage, and then it was 11-9 Karingle, and now it's 14-11 back the way of Eaglehawk.
Yep.
And then just nip and tuck over on the Godkin Bradley rink. Enjoy your break, go get some sun.
I did. I went out and checked out what was going on out the back and sat there and watched a little bit of bowls for a little while and warmed my little bones, but I tell you what, I listened to a bit of the commentary, and how good is it to have Pat Schram in commentary?
She was great, mate.
She's a star.
Some good insight.
Yep, I just said to her, well done, you know, you did really well. And she goes, well, I didn't swear. She's a star. Interesting rink this. We're interesting team, this Eaglehawk one, Jimmy. We were pointing out earlier, we've got Jan and Lee Robertson in one rink. We've got Phil and Irene Godkin in another, and we've got Kay and Ray Rowe in this one. So.
Mm.
No prizes for guessing what the dinner conversation will be tonight.
Oh, this fly's back. Wow, go away. What time did we start? 11:40, didn't we?
Yeah, 11:40.
So 2:10, we're off. So
Yep.
we've got half an hour before we start giving some warnings. Next door, Traralgon.
Time warnings.
Yeah,
we're not
yeah,
going to
so-
go warning people.
Yeah. I can do that as well.
Well, yeah.
Next door is Traralgon and Gisborne. Traralgon have taken a bit of a lead in that one, 39-22 after 36.
That'll keep Vinnie McElwain happy.
But upset others. Andy McDonald won't be happy. 39-25 after 36. I've just added a couple on.
Actually, Traralgon were one of the strong teams, obviously, in that section, but Gisborne were another. So that is a good result for Traralgon supporters. Not much in the Bundoora Wimmera game out there. I just got a text through from someone saying Bundoора's 7 shots up with 10 ends to play. So Wimmera, of course, had a great result in the game before, coming from being a few shots down with 2 ends to play and picking up 5 shots in the last 2 ends. So
Pretty handy side, Horsham City.
they are. Got Betty Cousins playing 4 and playing 3 in the rink against. Actually, the rink we streamed last one, and she is a cracker.
Yeah, I rate Betty Cousins. She's a real good person. She's good fun.
Yep. How's Stephen Piercy going here?
He's had a bit of a battle this game. It hasn't had the effect he would have wanted, but he's going to try and get the inside of that. Just misses.
In behind, so not too bad there, but Barbara Vaughan's just left Benalla with vanilla slices. You want to head this way, Barbara? We're just sitting alongside rink 6 here at Moama.
Oat cappuccino, vanilla slice. We're laughing.
Life's pretty good.
David Paxman going under. Going a good home.
It's the second set of black bowls I've seen this weekend. Curtis Hanley mastering the other. Looks okay, just asking Stephen to change over the very last second. Got a quick turnaround between games 2 and 3, Jimmy.
Yeah, no messing about.
Just say a 2:10 finish is the schedule, pending if we have any games still being completed, albeit starting their end before the 2:10 cut-off. Which will mean the next game, which was scheduled to start at 2:15, we started this game a slight late, so I imagine, Jimmy, around the 2:30 mark.
Yeah, that's what I think I'll be looking at.
Pending what happens here.
They've been pretty quick to move between games after the lunch, so
Yep.
shouldn't be too much of an issue. Portland, Sandra, they were up last time I took a walk up there. I'll pop up after this end and get a couple more scores. They were up against the City of Geelong last time, but they're on the furthest green away, so give us a couple of minutes and I'll take a quick trot up and get some scores.
Looks to me like Gippsland and Murray Mallee are level pegging, 35 shots apiece after 30 ends. So it's a close matches in Champion of State Pennant midweek.
Yeah. Not in the Terralgan Gisborne one now, though. 46-25 to Terralgan.
No, they've stretched a bit of a lead out there, haven't they?
Phil Crader to catch the inside.
Haven't seen a lot of Ethan Higgins running down the greens.
Yeah, I know.
Terralgan, the best form of defence is attack, and they've taken that route today. Let's see what K-Rowe can do. Know that she's got the trip to make any substantial impact.
For that one. So Phil can try and sit that bowl off. Try and get a touch of the jack. He'll make one or two. One to Eaglehawk, that one. Right, we're going to the wire in this one. 12-5 in this rink, but 14-11 the way of Eaglehawk. The 11-8 on the other two rinks, so we got one shot in it with 12 to play. And almost 32 minutes to go. We should get that in? Should get it in? Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to fly in my mouth. Hey.
Didn't get enough lunch?
Nah, still hungry. I honestly reckon this team manager can't add up here. 12, 8, 29, 30, yeah. Because she's constantly one behind on the Mornington Peninsula school. So I keep doubting myself on our scoreboard, but we are 100% correct, so. She's got it 30 apiece. But 12 plus 8 is 20, plus 11 is 31. Even my maths does that.
Let me get the calculator and I'll check.
But it was funny yesterday. Brad, our technician, said, "Oh, how many ends is the final?" We said, "Oh, 3 lots of 18." And he goes, "What's that?" And I was like, and Mel standing next to me went, and Brad went, and then we all had a stab at it. Got 3 different answers, and then we decided to get the calculator out on the phone and actually work it out properly. What 3 times 18 is.
Oh, goodness me. You know you can sue your teachers for that.
It was just complete confusion between 3 grown adults over what 18 times 3 was.
All right, what
Jenny.
can Jenny O'Shea do here?
Her line was absolutely superb. It's tough to get around a bowl like that that's out in the front. She's done that well. Just the fraction is the fractions heavy.
And mentally, more than anything, that can be very tough.
I will go get them other scores.
So, Alan Longmuir coming in with purpose, and the purpose is, I want to see that little yellow jack and eat it all up, and he does that. Trails it right to the back of the rink. Stays up, hasn't gone in the ditch yet. Jenny O'Shea needs to add a foot and a half to her last now that the jack's been moved. She probably had the weight, but not quite the line. Phil Crowder, skip for Karingle, just saying you're coming around this front one. He'll be well and truly wide of that if he's on target. Asking it to settle. Just a touch too heavy. What can Stephen Piercy do? What he doesn't want to do is find some front traffic, which he did. So still one to Karingle. It's prompted David Paxman and Phil Crowder to just check out what their options are from a different viewpoint. Remember, there's one shot the difference. While it might be a handy rink win at this stage for Karingle, there is one shot the difference on the big board. Rink wins count for 0 here in this particular competition. It's all about the big board. David Paxman looks to have sent this out of the hand. If he can make contact, then it will stop, and it does. So we've just got Phil in the road, just managed to catch his eye. So that is pretty clearly 2 to Karingle at this stage. Stephen Piercy may have something to say about that with his second bowl. That is coming with pace, needs jack, gets the jack in the pit. Favourite is going to be shot. So, red marker signifying where the bowl is, just to the left of the number 6, and the white marker where the jack is. So the shot bowl will be the Stephen Piercy bowl, rather, that's in the ditch. Sandra Moore. Jimmy is on his way back now with scores. Will let us know how Portland's going and everyone else who's playing away from our view. So David Paxman could be centimetre perfect. Yes, it is. What a bowl. David Paxman gets a big high five.
That's a great bowl. What a bowl to come back to.
Mark Fuzzy Foster.
All right, quick scores around the doors. So, absolute corker next door in the neighbouring green. Gippsland Lakes Entrance 36. Murray Malley Karang 37 after 38 ends.
One shot the difference.
Golden Murray side of Tatura Hilltop of 36-24 up against Wangaratta after 34. Geelong 30, West Coast 43. So Portland against City of Geelong after 40. And Bundora leading Karang. Horsham City 41-31 after 41.
Okay.
And Tarralgon 46-30 against Gisborne.
So Sandra, I hope that gets you updated with your scores. As K Rowe just collects some front bowls. Bowl of David Paxman is in a precarious position.
They're holding just the one.
Just the one, yeah.
It's a ridiculous bowl that is by David Paxman.
It is.
The more I look at it, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Got to be a cigarette paper between that and dropping in, as they say. Stephen Piercy's bowl is in the pit, signified by the red marker, so that'll be the second shot. So still a bit of room if Phil Crowder is good enough to draw it. There are 2 pings at it for him.
Johnny Curtin's picked up a 2 next door.
Looks a touch heavy. Has the opportunity to come up through the bowl. I'm not totally convinced that's going to be second shot, but it is 2 down, signalled by Stephen Piercy. So
the Godkins over on the Bendigo.
the Godkins.
The Godkins.
The Kardashians.
Yeah. A couple of 2s on 2 ends. So after 12 ends, they now lead for 15-8. Sorry, that'll be a 3 and a 2.
What's K Rowe done here, Jimmy? She is going to just miss the shot bowl and trickle in, so no harm, no foul. So Phil Crowder has a free shot here. From what Stephen Piercy said, it is 2, and the second shot is a toucher. So there's an option that if that goes in the ditch, it remains live.
So Eaglehawk in front, tone by 1 until this ends.
Until
complete.
this end. So
it's a seesaw and affair here.
With no change, Karingle picks up 2, and I think the speed of that, there won't be any change. So Karingle will pick up 2 here on this end.
Shocking, Phil. Shocking.
He says, I'm soft, I'm soft.
There's millions watching how bad that ball was. He comes walking past the commentary. Oh, he's going to clip me. Yeah, he's going to clip me.
Stephen Piercy being very good with his signals, but 2 for Karingle, representing a Mornington Peninsula.
So now they're back in front tone. 35-34.
Seesaw. As Mark Foster nearly trips over a bowl as he comes out to lay the mat. Only a novice bowler, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Been bowling for 2 years. So
yeah, me and Pat were talking about that.
Congrats to him for being a part of a team that is fighting for a title of the Champion of State Pennant.
Mark's saying that's softy. It's about 4 metres away with his jack roll, but that's okay.
Yep.
We seen some poor jack rolling yesterday, actually, didn't we? We seen some hoofs of jack into ditches.
And it was all going the same way, both from opposing teams at one stage. So
This one going right down to the wire. 8 ends to play across the 3 rings. 2 here. It's actually played 13 on the ring next door, Johnny Curtin, so I'll fix that one up.
20 minutes left of scheduled play time here. Gee, you bowl well, mate, was the call there from Phil Crowder. And with that effort from Mark Foster, you can see exactly why he says that. Good call. Sharon's joined us from Katanning in WA. Regular viewer. Yeah, nice to have you.
Respect Club Sunbury.
She did. Moved over to WA. I think she lived right over the back fence, didn't she, from memory?
Did she? Yeah, right.
Pretty sure. She'll confirm.
Just behind by Ray Rowe there. He'd be relatively happy with that. It's
yep.
Not
a bad start.
Starting to get a bit tense round here now. Karingle got taken down in the first game against Tarralgon in the last couple of ends.
They're holding 2, Karingle over on the Godkins rink, now known as the Godkins rink. Just got a thumbs up from someone at Bundura, so I'm going to expect that that means they've gotten over the top of Wimmera.
They have Bundura, you said?
Presume so. 4 ends to go and 10 up was the last that I'd had text through to me, but given I've got one of their players standing behind us and just give us a thumbs up, I imagine that's a victory to Bundura. There are still some players out on the green, so certainly a rink win maybe the order of the day. There is still a game going, unless of course the margin is beyond the 8 shots on offer. There you go, Sharon just confirming, yes, she did live just behind Sunbury Bowls Club. Amazing the things you know.
So Eaglehawk have won the end next door, but they've put 99 on the scoreboard, so I'll just wait a second till they fix that.
99?
Yeah, that's a new one actually, 99.
It's a big end.
Penalty shots.
Power play. There's a few people trying to restore that scoreboard too.
Yeah, half the rink is over there. Doing a classic dad's job of hands on hip, just standing watching another bloke doing
that's right. How many blokes does it take to chop down a tree? One to use the saw and 5 to watch.
I reckon that's one at Eaglehawk. I'm going to go with it.
Lovely bowl from Jenny O'Shea there. Won't be rewarded with shot, but nonetheless.
So we're dead level in this one. 35 apiece after 38 ends. Could go either way. Which way are you going to tip this one?
Well, I mean, it probably as close to 50-50 as it gets. I'm going to go Eaglehawk because I am a fan of country bowlers, so I'll go Eaglehawk.
Hang on a minute. Mornington Peninsula's region as well. It's not actually, is it? It's Metropolitan by old mate Dan's understanding.
Yeah, I think it depends what
Jenny
suits
O'Shea gets results.
at the time. That's 2 good bowls from
result.
Jenny O'Shea.
She get up. After as well. I'll go Karingle then. Why not? I'll stick with the inverted commas, more metro side.
Well, we'll have 5,000 on it then.
Yeah, sounds good. Pesos, yeah.
Don't know what a peso's worth. I want to find that out before I commit to that. I can't afford much.
Yeah, good ball with David Paxman. Keeps finding the ball when he needs to.
He does. Excellent weight control.
It's a couple for Karingle here. Stephen Piercy with some work to do. Tight.
So no change.
And they've picked up 1 on the Godkin rink.
Well, there you go. They were down a couple on that head, so well played by Irene Godkin.
There was a big well played and a
Yep.
big finger up, so I mean the finger up in a nice way, obviously.
Yeah. Do have to clarify sometimes. Someone does not want to hit this too hard. Well, they'll remain 2 up. Phil Crowder just walks the other way.
There's a teammate, I don't know who it is, I don't know his name, but he was...
Does a little dance away from the camera for us.
Wasn't happy with his teammate there, he was shaking his head at him.
Yeah, no, that was all set up for some nice stuff.
Next door, big fist bump.
Yeah.
Fired up.
He is fired up.
He's have some of that to his opponent and walks off.
Yeah. Never mind the possession of the rink rule.
Oh, you got a fist pump to do, who cares?
Yeah.
Oh, Stephen
Piercy
Piercy
clapping his own bowl. That is the shot. It's all started to happen here.
I'm going to
Got
try that.
Fist bumps, self-clapping.
Chase that one good one to do again. Clap it in myself and then spray it when it touches the joke.
Kay Rowe's got a smile on her face. She's happy with that one. Yeah, I don't know whether that's a pole for here. Nonetheless.
Mr. Phil Crowder, what can you do? Slightly on a high line.
Asking it to drop.
He's trying. Oh, mate. The only good thing he's done there is getting out. Well, it's not the only good thing he's done, but the good thing he's done there, sorry, he's moved that out of the way and he can almost play the same shot next time.
Yep. Always fun scrolling back through the comments.
Yeah, you can see when I come on, I
Just
copy.
see Big Kevy Anderson give you a bit of stick.
That's because I said he'll never get back in the Moama BPL team now. Aaron Sherrison instead of him. Okay.
Kay Rowe might get in there though.
Oh, Kay Rowe. Superb.
Boom. This one has come to life. Keeping the Kangas silenced.
2 rippers in a row from the Eaglehawk players. One from Steve Piercy, one from Kay Rowe. Putting the pressure on Mr. Philip Crowder. Oh, he's riding it, Tone. He's riding it. Needs to drop.
Good chance.
Phil
really
Crowder.
good chance. He says it. Boom!
Real happy with that one. He's one down. He's got the shot as well. Sorry, one down for Eaglehawk. Phil Crowder, unreal.
Oh.
Look how excited he is in the replay at the side. He turns to the booth.
What a couple of bowls we've had.
I know, after we give him a bit before, when he was short.
Kay Rowe wants a time out to think about it. Coming down to have a look. A bit on the line here. 36-35 on the overall board. Eaglehawk just with their noses in front.
I might have to jump up now and go and give him I'll be back in a minute or two.
Yep. You go and provide the 10-minute warning over the microphone. So just a reminder for first-time viewers, these are 2.5-hour time-limited games. So players are given a 10-minute warning just to let them know time is approaching, and then at the conclusion of 2.5 hours, a bell is rung, and no more ends can be started after that time. They can be completed, but they can't be started. Not going to be too much drama on the Curtin Robertson rink. They'll be done. These ones on end 13. This is the 14th end, so they've got to get this one decided, the next one completed. So no real dramas here. All right, Phil Crowder's up and about. That's one more. 14th end is decided. Which means we are back to level pegging, 36 shots apiece. Needing this jack to stop. Needing this jack to stop, and it does. So good jack roll, exactly what the skipper wanted.
This is your 10-minute warning. You have 10 minutes to complete your game.
Not a bad start there from Foster.
Right. I think you couldn't get that out quick enough. I was like, come on. 10 minutes. I wanted to get back and watch this.
Yep. This one is close. So Karingle picked up one while you were away, Jimmy, to put this one to 36 shots apiece.
Stressful.
There's a bit of difference between what we've got showing and what the boards have. So
Well, I know the Godkins definitely picked one up and it hasn't gone on.
So they just haven't put it on the board. Okay, well, that'll be the difference then. That'll make sense.
And they've consistently had the ends wrong on the master boards, the team manager. So.
Yeah. We need to supply a little calculator.
Oh.
The pressure of the moment can get to people, no doubt about that.
After my attempt to multiply 18 by 3, I'm not going to judge anyone's maths.
What is it now, if I asked you?
54.
Yeah, well done.
That's how
Very
quick that
good.
was. That was rapid.
First prize. First prize. Okay, so last end here. Leeds all doing a relatively good job. This one's going to need to hurry slightly for Rowe. John Curtin on the mat for what looks like the last bowl of their match. Karingle players watching it intently.
Not in this
John
side.
Curtin on the run.
Oh, he loves it, Johnny Curtin. You don't need to give him an opportunity to chase a ball down the green. Hands are being shook over there. We'll see what that does to their scoreboard.
See if we can get someone's attention and ask them.
They're all in their own...
We'll see who picks up the shot pile. That might tell us. So Eaglehawk picked up the second shot.
The second, like the legend he is taking the score marker with him so he can do it from down the other end of the green.
Well played.
Jenny O'Shea standing right in front of it as she watches her bowl intently land that blue.
So the 15 ends are on. It is 15-14, so it was one shot to Johnny Curtin.
So Karingle jump in front.
So they are all done. They will be interested onlookers on what's happening here, as are we.
Allen tacks marks into the jack.
Falls
Stays with
out.
it, falls out, but still in for shot, I think.
Yep.
Karingle will hold here as well. They've now added that end on over in the Godkin Bradley rink. So we're all up to date here. So the bell will go in about 7 minutes for the end of this game. So you would have to think they're almost finished on that end over there.
Jenny O'Shea taps forward a front bowl, which becomes shot and probably two.
So they have finished one to Karingle on the Godkin Bradley rink. So that'll be one shot the way of Karingle. And they'll go into their last end, so they'll beat the bell and manage to get that last end played. We'll be finished just before them here. Given that we've got a very quick turnaround from games, it's going to be tough to move the cameras for that final end. However, we'll angle them in a way. It takes about 5 minutes to move them, and if we've only got a 10-15 minute turnaround, it's just going to be too much.
Yep, we'd only catch the last two bowls.
A couple
anyway,
of bowls
so
anyway. So we'll talk. We'll
do it from this angle.
Yeah, we'll do it from an angle. We can get our middle cameras on it, and we'll talk you through it because I'm sure you're all on tender hooks like we are for this one.
Yep, that is true.
Karingle 2 in front. We've got a few more bowls on this end left to go, and then that one on the Godkin Bradley rink. We reckon Eaglehawk are holding 2 here. See, I like to disagree with Skip's calls. I'd just like to provide some.
Your prerogative.
I would absolutely be raking that jack. The only concern is you lose the black, but I think if you do lose the black of David Paxman, your ball will hang around. You'd be stiffed, or it'd be a very bad ball if you hit it clean. David Paxman. He's doing exactly what I said. Oh, wowee. I thought he was, for a split second then, I thought he was bare jack sitting on top of it in the pit. Oh, mate.
Either side of that was probably good. Jack in the pit, as you say, but to hit that bowl flush, might have seen it skittle out and stay.
David Paxman, that is so stiff.
So Karingle, 2 up overall. Last end, 2 rinks remaining. Rowe asking this one to stop. demanding it stops, and it does. So we'll try and, you can see in that shot, there is one bowl sitting right on the edge of the rink, which somehow managed to stop from Stephen Piercy. Little lip at the end and just put it in reverse. Still one game going out the back to Cherry Hilltop.
Just the final few
against
bowls.
Wangaratta. So maybe one rink going over there which has commenced their last end between Ballarat Highlands and Strzelecki. So probably no danger in getting everything done. Phil Crowder comes up and out of this shot pretty quickly. That tells me he doesn't like it too much.
Slightly narrow.
Yep.
And doesn't have the
That's
pace
why.
to disturb anything. Remember, Karingle went down in a very close one in their first game. So there'll be... An Eaglehawk went up in a very close one. Got up, sorry. So... Both got form with this. Can they hurry up and play these bowls and then get... Commentate these end and ring the bell. I think I might have to leave in a sec.
Tell you what.
Okay. Oh, she's probably a tad short as well.
Died on its run a little. Some pretty good track with an extra yard of weight would have been perfect. Karingle holding one on the far rink as well. So they already have a 2-shot margin on the main board.
Just call it a swoop. Apologises.
Sorry, guys.
So currently, 2 to Karingle, which is going to tie us up, Tone. Sorry, 2 to Eaglehawk, my bad. 2 to Eaglehawk, which is going to tie us up.
What more could you want? A thrilling finish. See if K. Rowe can add another one in.
Give him a lead.
I did tell you Eaglehawk would win this.
She's close, mate. Needs the jack, might be for 4. Oh, no.
Oh, she's halved it.
David Paxman reckons it's just the one. Oh, how telling could that be? She leaves a
Full
shot
contact on the
rink.
jack was 3. 4 with Stephen Piercy's bolt at the back, I should say. Just halved it.
Oh, I'm going to ring this bell. I'll come back.
All right, so we will just pan our cameras as much as we can. We know that Karingle is holding 1. There's 1 shot the difference overall. So draws are in play here. There are no extra ends until we get to finals. And the crowd building as they all come off their respective rinks over to watch the conclusion of this match. Still Karingle holding 1. I don't know if that's really a poor bowl. John takes that jack back and makes 4. Changes the result. But wasn't to be this time. So that one is a little bit wide and not going to come into play, but stays up, so not the end of the world. There is the bell. Someone's found Kitty.
Who's holding?
So Karingle's holding 1. And of course they are 1 shot up on the main board.
Well, this will be it for them. They're not going to want to lose the first 2. So it's all or nothing for them here. Oh.
I don't know how that missed the jack. So in round 1, Karingle went down by 4 shots.
They're in front.
To Strzelecki. They were in front. So this will be a heartbreaker. They're in front with the last end starting. They are holding one, and we see Phil Godkin on the mat. As we mentioned Phil earlier, a former Victorian state skipper. Now uses a bowler's arm due to some back trouble.
Nice bloke, real good bloke.
Nice bloke, and still a very, very handy lawn bowler. Touch short with that one. Had the line spot on.
We did get our cliffhanger barb. We don't miss too often. We missed this morning, but we definitely haven't missed here. So Neville Bradley, the skip for Karingle. Just trying to shut this one down. We lead by one.
And the Eaglehawk is going to have last bowl.
Which is always fun.
Oh, it's going to bring the house down. I did tell you Eaglehawk will win this one, Jimmy. I'm sticking by it.
Shouts to come on, Nev.
Yeah.
Oh, Neville gets another one in there. So they're chasing two. There is some room for Irene back off that last bowl of Neville's.
She doesn't want to take it back to the two bowls of Graham Avery, which is the black and white bowls that we see.
She might have to just draw two clean now.
Sounds easy enough.
Yeah. One back toucher, one front toucher. See you later. There's my 3 points. Off we go.
On to the next one. There's a long end going on over there between Ballarat Highlanders and Strzelecki. You won't be surprised to know it's Ethan Higgins.
There's bowls everywhere as well.
Yeah, there is. That Jack Mo been moved a number of times. Now, what can Irene do?
I think she's into the pack at the front.
Yeah, she is. So, is there any way that she can get the Jack back to some waiting bowls? It's two down on the head. She's got the blue bowl to work with behind. Problem is there are some Karingle bowls there as well.
Right, we're finished in the Traralgon-Gisborne game, and Traralgon have taken the win there. So they're 2 from 2, knocking off a pretty strong Gisborne side.
All right, let's see what Neville Bradley can do. Ethan Higgins does play some very good bowls, there's no doubt about that. Oh, wow. Neville Bradley just saying this game is easy.
Has a fabulous little trot down after that bowl as well. As Phil calls his partner in, Irene, and says, we need to work out what the hell we're doing here. Where can we make one or two? She's either got to draw it clean for the draw. I don't quite know who's his who behind, I've got to be honest. I only just started following this this game.
Would have been good theatre if she had said, this is all your fault, and started sort of finger pointing at his chest or something. That would have been good. But no, the two of them just going down the traditional route of having a
or Phil's
look at the options.
Yeah, Phil's pointing. You can see with his arm at the. He's playing a game of billiards there. He said, "Well, if we smash this front pack, this will go, this will go, this will go. I'll throw my arm in the air in celebration, and we'll win the game."
Both very good bowlers.
Well,
so we will see what Irene Godkin can do.
Otherwise, it's going to be one apiece in the win columns for Karingle and Eaglehawk. All comes down to this bowl. As always on BVTV, we about 85% of the time hit a final bowl scenario. Oh, how's she gone, Tone? How's she gone? Phil's half interested here, you know. Phil's having a fair look. Whack, splat, whack.
Oh,
one or
she
two.
She almost gets one through. A very good effort.
1 or 2 to Karingle. So Karingle are going to take the win in this one, Tone.
What an absolute belter of a match, Jimmy. We do have a quick turnaround, so we'll wrap this one up pretty quickly, but it is a victory to Karingle over Bendigo, Campaspe, Goldfields, Eaglehawk. We will catch you later on with round 3 action. We really do appreciate you being with us. We thank the lovely Pat Schram for her time in commentary. Jimmy Whitehead done a fabulous job, and of course Brad from SEN producing today's stream. And Moama Bowls Club, who bring us both the event and assist us with powering the streams. We look forward to the round 3 match. We will see you all again very shortly. Thank you very much.